Hello there, the day has come. Kathleen Kennedy is stepping down as president of Lucasfilm. Dave Filoni alongside Lynwen Brennan will be co-presidents going forward, with Filoni still operating in the role of chief creative officer, which he got in 2023, I want to say, maybe 2024. Anyway, that's what's happening, okay? To get it out of the way, this is not a video of, oh my god, Star Wars is saved, Kathleen Kennedy is finally gone. But neither is this a video of Dave Filoni sucks and he shouldn't be in charge. He just relies on cameos and cartoons. I have no interest in participating in either of those conversations, so if you're here for that, click dislike, move on. Like, I don't care. I don't care. I think people that are shouting these types of things, though, are in for a bit of a rude awakening. I don't think people really know what the president of Lucasfilm, what a producer really does, and how much power they truly hold, because they are very, very much still beholden to Disney and Bob Iger and whoever is going to be in Iger's job when he moves on in the near future. Do I think it was time for Kathleen Kennedy to move on? Yeah, I've actually said for the last year, 2 years maybe, I think it's time to retire. Let someone else younger come in, basically come in and steer the ship for a bit. And that was the main thing. I wanted someone younger. She's in her 70s. I would like some younger blood in that role. I've been decently happy with the offerings we've gotten. I think there's been some great stuff. I think there's been some good stuff. And I think there's been some not so great stuff. So I've seen a wide range of things. Look, I've seen people very happy that Filoni is where he is now. I've seen people very unhappy that Filoni is where he is now. I am honestly strangely neutral on it. When the news broke, I was just kind of like, yeah, okay, sounds about right. Here's the thing, George Lucas, he made Star Wars, and when he was the head of Lucasfilm, there were projects that came out that I liked and I loved, and there were also projects that came out that I didn't like, or parts of it that I didn't like. I'm old enough to remember a time when the prequels were reviled, just like the sequel trilogy is now. The prequels were hated, and people were begging George Lucas to give up Star Wars, to sell it, to get out of the way and give it to other creatives. I was there when that happened. There is a revisionist history that goes along with the renaissance that the prequels have had in the last couple of years. That never happened. It did happen. I was there. I have issues with the prequels. I love them for what they are. I can appreciate them for what they are. Same with the sequel trilogy. I have issues with them, a mountain of issues with them, but I can still love and appreciate them in a different kind of way. It's that thing where under the Kennedy era, it's the same as the Lucas era, where there's things that have come out that I've really liked and there's things that have come out that I've disliked. And guess what? Going forward, under Filoni and Brennan, there are going to be projects that come out that I like, and there's going to be projects that come out that I dislike. Everyone just sort of seems to be dealing in absolutes at this point. Filoni and Brennan either means Star Wars is saved or Star Wars is doomed. There doesn't seem to be an in-between anymore. The internet hyperbolizes everything to such a degree that there's no room for a nuanced conversation anymore. The well has just been so poisoned surrounding this topic that you just can't even have a neutral sort of look at it. It's just one extreme to the other. So I kind of have shockingly little to say about this whole thing, other than I'm happy for the pair. I think Filoni is someone that I'm genuinely a fan of. You know, I know he loves Star Wars. Seeing him speak about Star Wars, whether that's just online or at conventions, at Celebration, he has that passion for it. Some of my favorite shows and characters have come from Filoni Productions, but I also don't expect to just default to liking everything that comes out from Filoni because I am a fan of him. I'm little and less familiar with Lynwen Brennan, but I've heard from people who work directly under her that she's fantastic. She came up through ILM, has been described as sharp and business savvy. Happy for her as well. I just do think that there is a lot of people out there who are expecting this night and day switch for Star Wars in the future, who are going to be severely disappointed, because again, whilst there's new leadership at Lucasfilm, they are still very much under the boot of Disney, and that's not magically changing anytime soon. Who knows what the future holds? We'll just have to wait and see, but I think people expecting a night and day switch like overnight are going to be severely disappointed. Again, happy for Brennan, happy for Filoni, excited to see what they can do, if they can make any sort of meaningful change. again, just sort of have to wait and see. And that's kind of all I've got to say.